disappointment felt by fans due to the Mercedes performance in the 2023 season. There has been a significant improvement compared to the previous year. The team has managed to secure a comfortable second position in the constructors' standings, and Lewis Hamilton has managed to close the gap to third place in the Drivers' Championship to just 1 point. However, the recent Belgian Grand Prix brought back concerns for the team, indicating that Mercedes' mid-season developments need to be carefully evaluated. Taking a closer look at their recent journey, the 2022 season was marred by a concept termed porpoising, which became a major hindrance for Mercedes. This issue emerged from their overconfidence during the preseason, leading them to hide their true car potential during testing. This strategy backfired, leaving them with limited room to make substantial changes to the car once they recognized their mistakes. This year, however, things have taken a different turn. During the off-season, Mercedes made crucial changes to their suspension system, aiming to address the problems that plagued them the previous year. These modifications appear to have paid off, as the proposed issues seem to have been resolved at the start of the 2023 season. Despite this positive trajectory, the Belgian Grand Prix introduced a worrisome regression for the team. In the race at Spa, Lewis Hamilton expressed concerns after facing significant bouncing issues with the car. While Hamilton started the race from the third position on the grid, he struggled to make headway against his competitors. Ultimately, he finished in fourth place, unable to challenge the leaders. The race itself was relatively uneventful, and Hamilton cited rear-end instability and bouncing as major obstacles. Hamilton told Sky Sports F1, "It was kind of a non-eventful race. There wasn't much going on, and I wasn't able to keep up with the cars ahead of me. Struggled at the beginning. The rear end is our biggest issue, and we had big bouncing this weekend. So we're back to the bouncing like we had last year." These problems echoed the challenges that plagued Mercedes in the previous year, signaling a potential regression in their progress. Following this unexpected setback, Mercedes technicians were left with much to contemplate as they approached the summer break. The team had brought substantial upgrades to the Belgian Grand Prix, including changes to their side pod design and an updated floor aimed at generating more downforce. However, the return of bouncing issues questioned the effectiveness of these modifications. Toto Wolff, the head of Mercedes, acknowledged that the recently upgraded floor might have contributed to the resurgence of the bouncing issues the team faced. He expressed that the data analysis could reveal whether the modified floor had triggered the bouncing phenomenon. "I think the floor could have been a reason why we've been bouncing. We're going to see it in the data, and maybe there is something which we need to fine-tune, because I still believe the direction we're going now is the right one." Despite the challenges they encountered, Wolff maintained his belief in the team's current development direction. This attitude, although risky, showcases Mercedes' commitment to their strategies even in the face of obvious setbacks. This determination to stick with their approach, despite the evident problem of bouncing, recalls a past instance when it took the team nearly a season and a half to discard a flawed concept related to the zero pods. Wolff continued to dissect the situation by explaining that the data analysis and discussions with the drivers had highlighted bouncing as a significant limiting factor during the recent race. This issue affected the car's performance on straights and corners alike, disrupting typical handling dynamics. The frustration of experiencing such issues just before a 4-week break was palpable. But with the return to racing at the Zandvoort circuit, it seemed that Mercedes had used the summer hiatus to intensify their efforts on car development. Although ending the first half of the season on a low note might have been disheartening, it likely served as a catalyst for the entire team to double down on their efforts to improve the car's performance. While it's increasingly probable that both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships will fall into Red Bull's hands unless an unforeseen twist occurs, Mercedes understands that any progress made this season will have relevance for the next. With no significant regulation changes expected for the next season, the improvements achieved in the current season will lay a solid foundation for the team's future endeavors. Looking beyond the championship titles, the fight for the runner-up spot has emerged as a closely contested battle, involving not only Mercedes, but also Ferrari, Aston Martin, and McLaren. This fierce competition for podium positions and the honor of being the best among the rest is shaping up to be the closest competition in Formula One for quite some time. Chief Technical Officer Mike Elliott emphasized that achieving balance in the car's performance is the primary focus for the remainder of the season. The summer break allowed the team to recharge, and they anticipate increased productivity upon their return to the track. The team's immediate goals involve learning from their experiences and incorporating these lessons into next year's car. Everybody has been pushing hard in the factory, so the break is important, Elliott said. We'll get more out of everyone too when they get back refreshed. Additionally, the fight for the second position in the championship remains a vital objective, as it signifies progress from the previous year and strengthens the team's morale heading into the off-season. The intention is to carry this positive momentum into the winter period, ensuring a strong start to the next season. While Mercedes concluded the previous season in the third spot of the constructors' standings, trailing Ferrari by 39 points, Ferrari's performance declined since the start of this season, showcasing a tangible improvement for Mercedes. Yet both the fans and the team itself aspire for more, with the ultimate goal of securing race wins. While the team maintains a hopeful outlook, they're considering 2024 as their target year to reclaim championship glory. According to Mike Elliott, the focus now is to strike a balance between gathering insights from the current car and channeling a significant portion of their efforts into enhancing the car for the following year. One of the pivotal aspects of this improvement journey revolves around achieving better balance in the car's performance. While the term balance can encompass a range of factors, for Mercedes, it pertains to making the car more stable on the track, ensuring a responsive and consistent interaction with the drivers. The bouncing issue has been a primary concern, manifesting when the drivers apply brakes and when the car navigates corners. James Allison, providing insight into the team's endeavors, explained that they aim to make the car more reassuring for drivers when initiating turns. The desired outcome involves a more predictable and controlled behavior during both the entry and exit of corners. We're also trying to make the car more reassuring for the drivers when they initially turn in. It feels too reactive. While the statements from Mercedes management and technical team exude optimism, it's crucial to recognize the underlying complexities. The team has encountered difficulties over the past season and a half, which contrasts with their nearly flawless record from 2014 to 2021. Previously, modifications to the car consistently yielded positive results, or were swiftly addressed if not successful. This impeccable track record is no longer guaranteed. Lewis Hamilton, earlier in the year, openly expressed his frustrations regarding the design of the W14 car. He had flagged issues to the team, prompting modifications introduced at the Monaco Grand Prix. While these changes initially appeared to bear fruit, the car's overall performance didn't exhibit the anticipated improvement. This situation highlights the complex challenges Mercedes has been grappling with. The decision makers within the Mercedes team have come under increasing scrutiny this season. Their choices and strategies are being closely analyzed and critiqued by observers outside the team. The scrutiny stems from a growing concern that the team's recent struggles might be more deeply rooted, potentially indicating broader challenges within their development process. David Croft from Sky Sports has raised an interesting question regarding the source of influence behind the changes and updates in Mercedes' Formula One team. He contemplates whether these alterations stem from the engineering team's insights or are driven by the preferences of the drivers themselves. This issue sparks a dilemma, as the ideal scenario involves the engineering team taking the lead due to their in-depth understanding of engineering, design, and aerodynamics. However, the concern arises that driver input might be swaying the team's direction, potentially compromising the technical decisions. Croft particularly focuses on Mercedes' case due to the team's reputation and history of success. He mentions that Lewis Hamilton, with his extensive experience, and George Russell, who also has a fair share of racing knowledge, could potentially exert influence. Yet, he underscores the significance of maintaining a balance where engineering considerations remain the primary driving force. Adding to the complexity are the recent staffing changes within Mercedes. Key figures like James Vavels and performance director Loic Serra have either left or are transitioning to new roles. Croft points out that such changes aren't uncommon for dominant forces in any sport. He alludes to the cyclical nature of success and how dynasties often see transitions as the original group of talented individuals disperses over time. This transition, he suggests, might signal a potential decline in the team's dominance. Croft notes that Mercedes has been experiencing a talent drain, with other teams luring away their staff members. Historically, Mercedes had the highest payroll in Formula One, but the introduction of cost caps has limited their financial flexibility. In an era of rising living costs, it's natural for staff members to be enticed by higher wages and opportunities for advancement that Mercedes currently can't provide. The ultimate question Croft raises is whether these factors collectively suggest the end of an era for Mercedes, hinting at a potential breakdown of the successful technical and engineering teams that have driven their previous accomplishments. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe to the channel, and let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.